CBS 6 News starts now with a weather alert.
An historic winter storm now underway across the region. Blizzard warnings in effect as we expect up to 2 feet of snow in the capital region. The latest look at the snowfall forecast and the timing, how long the snow will be falling across the region.
6 o'clock and we begin our team coverage this morning as the nor'easter moves toward us.
Carrie Beal is live on the roads in Saratoga County. We also have meteorologist Craig Adams live in Albany. Both locations, the snow is coming down.
We also have a bunch of school closings and delays this morning as we take a live look at our Fryhopper Skycam network. One brave soul crossing the Green Island Bridge this morning. Not a good idea to be out on the roads if you can avoid it today.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. It looked just really bad. And you're talking about the schools, just over 600 cancellations this morning. Let's go over to meteorologist Alyssa Caraprese. Alyssa, you have bumped up the snow totals expected for today.
Yeah, I have, because I'm really thinking the heaviest snow is going to be across the entire local area. And we could see snowfall rates of 2 to 4 inches per hour late morning into the afternoon. So blizzard warning in effect now for all areas in yellow here, which does include the Capital District. It's not just the snow we have to worry about, but gusty winds leading to whiteout conditions and gusts as high as 40 miles per hour. Our storm beginning to take shape now as we look at the bigger picture. 2 storms phasing together to produce this nor'easter that will quickly strengthen the next couple of days, and snow at this point overspreading the entire region. It is snowing everywhere, and the darker colors that you're seeing on the radar, of course, showing those areas where the heavier snow is coming down. But most of this is moderate snowfall and in some cases light snow, but it will pick up in intensity late morning into the afternoon. So here's that snowfall forecast. Steady snow all day today. It becomes heavy later on with up to 2 feet of snow for areas in pink, up to 2.5 feet of snow, Catskills, Berkshires, and Greens between both today and tomorrow. Hazardous travel conditions. You really should not be on the roads. Of course, I've got much more coming up in your full forecast. A full breakdown of the timing is coming up. Guys?
All right, Alyssa, thanks. We take a look outside at traffic this morning, which fortunately we're not seeing a ton of. Lots of people heeding the governor's warning and staying off the roads this morning. Pretty difficult to even make out the lines and the lanes here at the bottom of the Northway as you look at north and southbound lanes. Really a lack of traffic again. Some good news. We take a look at the 511 traffic map this morning. You can see, though, all of the roads shaded in that red and purplish color. That's the snow and the winter weather advisory. And you can see that is spread out across the entire capital region.
Yeah, red is not a good color. This morning, Albany County under a state of emergency, and actually joining us right now on the phone, we have Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing okay. He is joining us now from the Albany Emergency Operations Center. So, Sheriff Apple, what did you see in your drive-in this morning?
Well, we've got about 3 inches to 4 inches of snow so far out in New Scotland, and hey, this one's going to hit us pretty good. So the biggest warning to take today is stay off the road. There's no reason for anybody to be on the road.
Sheriff Apple, as far as the EOC there and what you guys are experiencing from a call volume, have you seen or heard a lot of calls come in there this morning? And what, if anything, are people calling in about?
No, actually, so far it's been a very quiet morning. There has been one personal injury auto accident up in Burn so far. But again, the biggest thing, we can't have anybody on the roads. The plows aren't even going to be able to keep up with this. I know Albany County will have somewhere around 50 plows, I think the county executive said. That's a big number, but still, as soon as that plow goes by, it's going to be snow covered again with, 1 to 3 inches an hour.
Sheriff Apple, thank you so much for joining us on the phone this morning. Obviously, things about to get very busy for you throughout the day.
Yeah, we expect to have a busy day, but again, we're just asking everybody, please use caution. And also, if the kids are all home from school, there's going to be huge snowbanks at intersections and everything else from the plows. Please keep your kids away from that. Again, the drivers are going to have a hard time keeping up with this. Visibility is limited, and we just want everybody to be safe and ride it out.
Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple joining us from the Emergency Operations Center. Sheriff, thank you.
CBS 6 is your weather authority. For complete coverage of the storm anytime, download the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app. It's really easy to get. Just search WRGB in your app store.
And as the snow moves into our area, any pictures you have, we want to see them. As long as you can snap them safely, share them with us using the See It, Send It section of the CBS 6 app, and you might see your pictures right here later on air this morning.
Our team coverage continues now with live looks across the capital region.
Meteorologist Craig Adams is in Albany, but we want to start with CBS 6's Carrie Beal live on the roads in Saratoga County, as she has been all morning. You can see some of the snow, Carrie, building up on your windshield there.
Jack, this is the worst I've seen it this morning. You can see the snow is already piling up. We do plan to pull over at our next exit here to clean off our windshield wipers. But the problem right now is not being able to see the lines in the road. It's basically all of a blur. So I have my hazards lights on right now. I'm going about 20 miles per hour here in the 65 mile per hour zone. We're heading north on the Northway by exit 12. And again, we will pull off right here once we can. But it is a very heavy snow that's coming down at this point, so do keep that in mind and try to stay off the roads if you can. Reporting live, Carrie Beal, CBS 6 News, back to you.
All right, Carrie, thanks. That's the worst when the windshield gets like that.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to see.
Yeah, meteorologist Craig Adams is now going to join us live in Albany this morning, doing a bit of shoveling.
We've had to already kind of keep where we've parked our car sort of shoveled out so it doesn't get too heavy and we get stuck somewhere. But they've been out here plowing the roads because the snow is sticking to the roads quickly. You know how cold it was over the course of the weekend? Well, the ground temperature is cold, so the snow can stick to the ground very quick. And as you heard Sheriff Apple talk about, the snow is going to be coming down at a rate fast enough where the plows will have a very hard time keeping up with it. So that's why travel is strongly discouraged today. These plows, as they go by, once the snowfall intensity picks up to about 2 or 3 inches an hour a little bit later this morning, they'll come through, and the next thing you know, the roads will be filled up again. So it's not going to be a good day at all for traveling around anywhere across New York State today. Let's go back to the studios now, and we'll be checking back with you again shortly.
All right, meteorologist Craig Adams in Albany this morning. So we're also seeing a lot of school closings today, understandably. Some of the bigger ones, Albany, Waterville, Schenectady, Shenandoah, those school districts are all closed. So is Ballston Spa, Glens Falls, Hudson City, and Pittsfield. You can find the list of closings scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We now have over 600. We also have them listed on our website.
This morning, the state of New York is under a snow emergency. If you're a state worker, you might have the day off. All non-essential state employees in the capital region and most of the rest of the state are being told to stay home today. While the state of emergency order does not include any driving restrictions, Governor Cuomo is urging drivers to use caution and stay off the roads if possible. Taking a look at some of the local snow emergencies, as Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple mentioned, they include Albany County, the cities of Schenectady and Saratoga Springs as well. You can find a complete list of those at cbs6albany.com.
All right, well, this nor'easter also causing some big problems at Albany International this morning. Taking a look at their departures and arrivals listings here. Arrivals, we had a couple of flights diverted. 3 are saying that they're on time. One of them is supposed to be landing a couple minutes ago. They're all Delta, though, so we're thinking that maybe Delta just hasn't updated the list yet, but mostly cancellations and departures. 5 on time. And the rest are cancellations. So if you are flying today, trying to, definitely check with your carrier first.
New York City is also bracing for the storm. The above ground portion of the city's subway system is shutting down this morning. And as of right now, Governor Cuomo says there aren't plans to close the underground portion of the subway, though that could always change. Melissa Lee is in the breaking news center for us right now, keeping an eye on everything happening in that busy transportation hub.
Yeah, Jack, you're right. The weather not just having an effect on the capital region, but really all of the Northeast. The National Weather Service has issued a blizzard warning running from the Philadelphia suburbs through New York City and Boston to Maine. In New York City alone, this storm is expected to dump 1 to 2 feet on the Big Apple with wind gusts of up to 55 miles per hour. Now, an army of sanitation sanitation workers on 12-hour shifts will swarm the streets with salt spreaders and 1,600 plows. As schools in the area are closed for the day, one thing that is going to stay open is the New York Stock Exchange. Now, this blizzard heading right toward us is drawing some comparisons to the Great Blizzard of 1888. Take a look at your screen right now. Some throwback photos of New York City. These are pictures from that storm, forcing the city really to confront the reality of above ground transits, many drawbacks and vulnerabilities here. This storm dropped nearly 50 inches of snow in the Northeast. Guys.
All right, Melissa, thanks. 6:10 now. CBS 6 is your weather authority, and our special weather coverage is continuing all throughout the day.
We'll continue to have live storm updates at the top of every hour. Keep it locked right here on CBS 6. Bracing for a blizzard, we're checking in again with meteorologist Craig Adams as our team coverage of the storm continues.
Shifting the blame, who North Korea is now holding responsible for the death of Kim Jong-nam.
And last time we had a storm of this magnitude was back in March of '93. The last time in March we had a storm of this magnitude, I should say. And we're looking at up to 2 feet of snow in the capital region, higher amounts for the mountains. A lot of snow coming down already this morning. We'll take a look at the radar, show you the latest snowfall forecast, tell you how long the snow will be steady and heavy, all coming up after the break.
CBS Traffic is brought to you by attorneys Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti. Injured, helping you is what we do.
We continue to be under a weather alert this morning as this nor'easter heads our way. And Alyssa, we're talking about cracking the top 5 as far as historic storms for March.
So this most likely will be a top 10 storm, but we might end up being top 5. You'll notice that all of those top 4 storms, most of them near 26 inches, the exception being the #1 greatest snowstorm on record, 46 inches. Yeah, we're not coming close to that, but I am expecting around 2 feet of snow in the capital region, which would make us top 5. We'll have to see how this pans out. But for now, snow tracking through the entire region. It is snowing mostly light to moderate. The snow is going to pick up in intensity late morning into the afternoon. And here's that forecast, up to about 26 inches in the capital region, and we could see as much as 30 inches across the higher terrain.
All right, let's take a look now at what things are looking like with our team coverage and meteorologist Craig Adams, who's in Albany for us right now. Craig, what's the accumulation like that you're seeing out there? I know you said it was starting to stick.
Oh, yeah, we've got easily 2.5 inches of snow. The plows have already been coming down. And the good news is at least it's not heavy snow. It's very powdery, but easily 2.5 inches or so. And as we've been talking about, Alyssa has upped the accumulations to what is likely going to be a snowstorm that'll put us into that top 5 category. So travel conditions, when we talk about these type of snow amounts, it really starts snowing hard, 2 to 3 inches an hour. Plows can't keep up with it. So these roads, once the snow starts picking up in intensity, are going to become very difficult to travel on, even though the plows have been out here now. Once the snow comes down harder, it will be very hard to get out and about the area. We'll talk more about it coming up as we progress through the rest of this morning.
All right, Craig, thanks. So with the snow, we're also seeing some closings, and not only schools, but also Colony Center just tweeting out that Colony Center will be closed today because of the storm. Department store hours vary.
Imagine plowing that entire parking lot.
That's a big lot. Some of those schools that we mentioned as well, they include Albany, Shenandoah, and the Troy District. All closed this morning, and some of them made the call yesterday.
Exactly, yeah, and we have over 600. So if you want the complete list of closings, besides just looking at them scrolling at the bottom of your screen, want to see the whole list because there's so many, it's up on our website. That's where you can find all your information, cbs6albany.com.
This morning, North Korea is trying to shift the blame for the deadly attack on the estranged half-brother of Kim Jong-un to the United States and South Korea. The North's deputy UN ambassador says the case is the product of reckless moves of the U.S. and South Korean authorities who are trying to tarnish the North's image. Malaysian authorities say Kim Jong-nam died after 2 women smeared a toxic nerve agent on his face at Kuala Lumpur's airport in February, but North Korea says the cause of Nam's death has not yet been clearly identified.
So as the snow makes its way in, there's going to be plenty of plows out on the roads, but there might be one kind of plow that you're still not used to seeing. This is a tow plow. And this video that we're about to show you is from the DOT. I just saw one of these the last time we got a significant amount of snow. Isn't this cool? So this is what it looks like when a tow plow is deployed. So just be aware, the back end is supposed to sling around to the side. That's not it spinning out or anything like that, but it can clear snow on 2 lanes of traffic.
Another thing to definitely make sure you avoid out on the roads today, give those plows a wide berth, especially as this one takes up 2 lanes.
And as we switch over to our traffic cams this morning, we'll show you what it's looking like out on the roads. We really should just stay inside today. If you don't have to be out on the roads, don't go out. The roads are already snow covered. We're looking at I-90 here at exit 5 and traffic going by slowly. We're seeing for the entire region snowfall at this point, and visibilities are going to be poor from time to time as we see heavier snowfall coming down, which will likely be late morning into the afternoon. The heaviest snow coming through the region. Looking at our Troy camera here on our Freihofer Skycam network, we've been seeing a few cars coming across the Green Island Bridge there throughout the morning. Not a ton of cars out on the roads, which is good. And through the entire day, obviously road conditions are just going to keep on getting worse. So stay home and stay off the roads if you can do so. This is a major winter storm and will likely be a top 10 snowfall for the Albany area. Tracking this storm system coming together at this point, look at the bigger picture here. Plenty of moisture in place, and the snow has been pushing in from the south throughout the early morning hours. At this point, it's snowing everywhere across the local region. Mostly light to moderate snowfall. Where you see the darker purples, that's where we have more moderate snow coming down, and it's going to pick up in intensity throughout the morning. By late morning and this afternoon, heavier snow, which will likely lead to snowfall rates of 2 to 4 inches per hour. Now, temperatures are going to be chilly today. I'm forecasting temperatures in the 20s, which will lead to a dry and fluffy snow, so that's at least a plus today. Thunder snow we also could be hearing a little bit later on during times of the most intense snowfall. And then blowing and drifting snow, a big concern, which has led to a blizzard warning now for the Capital District and most locations. Gusts as high as 40 miles per hour persistently throughout the day is going to lead to whiteout conditions. Another reason why you should just stay home. So let's walk you hour by hour through this storm. 8 o'clock this morning, it's snowing everywhere. Snow is going to turn more heavy into the afternoon. Now we're at 1 o'clock. As we work towards this evening, 6, 7 o'clock at night, we're still seeing snow. It's still fairly widespread, and it starts to lighten up as we work through the overnight period tonight. Now we're at midnight, not quite as widespread, but it's still going to be around. And we'll see on and off snow going throughout the middle of the week. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, still snowing in spots. And by the afternoon, we still have it around for the mountains, starting to wind down, though, by Wednesday night. It'll be the overnight period, Wednesday into Thursday, that it all will come to an end. So your snowfall forecast, this has gone up since last night. I'm now expecting close to 2 feet of snow in the capital region and all areas shown in pink that you're seeing here, the Mid-Hudson Valley, the Lake George, Saratoga region, but up to 30 inches for the Catskills. And we also could see up to 30 inches for the Berkshires up through the Green Mountains. This includes today and tomorrow. These are snowfall totals through tomorrow night. So a significant storm. Again, traveling is going to be hazardous and just dangerous throughout today and tonight, especially. Stay inside, and if you do have to be out on the roads, just give yourself extra time. Take it extra slow and be aware of the plows. Let them do their job today. So temperatures in the 20s is going to allow for that dry, fluffy snow. Snow continues through tonight, lightens up a bit overnight, and it's on and off again throughout tomorrow with the wind staying breezy all the way through Thursday. We are chilly even through the weekend. Have to watch for potentially another storm into Saturday that could bring another round of some accumulations, lighter amounts, but still a storm. Guys?
All right, Alyssa, thanks. We're going to bring you outside and show you what things look like here. We are looking at 787 in the foreground. You can't really see it, but that is I-90. Look at how slow traffic is moving, especially going on the on-ramp onto I-90 rather, over way off in the distance. Taking a look at 511 this morning. In terms of accidents, nothing has popped up yet, but when you look at the winter road conditions. You see how everything is red or just kind of this dark magenta? That is not good. That means that there is snow and ice on the roadways, and when it's red, like the thruway, severe snow and ice. So, like Sheriff Apple was saying to us earlier on this live phoner, if you can stay off the roads today, definitely do so. A
good idea for sure. Getting your brackets ready. Why discussing March Madness at the office might not be such a bad thing.
I still got to do that. CBS 6, of course, is your weather authority, and this is a live look at CBS's broadcast center down in New York City. See the roads covered with snow, and looking by the lights, it's pretty windy there too. Our team coverage of this storm locally continues next.
CBS Traffic is brought to you by attorneys Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti. Injured, helping you is what we do.
626, your work doesn't have to suffer while you follow your March Madness brackets. According to a survey from staffing firm Office Team, 66% of employees say talking about or even celebrating sporting events at work can boost morale.
And the significant winter storm continues to impact the region. A weather alert this morning for the snowfall that is anticipated throughout the day. Check out these snow amounts. They have gone up since last night. Up to 2 feet of snow in the capital region, up to 30 inches for the Catskills, the Berkshires, and the Greens. We are now under a blizzard warning. We've got continuing coverage coming up after the break.